Here are the features for the 0814 and 0815 releases. We rewrote the damage parser so that you can now just have static damage. If you just want to do 4 crushing, you can. And you can use the full English words for damage, like burning or cutting. This is really more important if you're parsing NPC stat blocks, because sometimes the damage comes across using the full word and not the GURPS abbreviation. The damage calculator now supports explosion damage. When you check this option, it'll ask you how many hexes from the center, and it will automatically calculate the damage. Note, with explosions, you automatically switch to large area injury. If you don't like this calculation, feel free to turn it off. Everything in our calculator is optional. GURPS suggests that to save time, you just roll the damage once and apply it to all the people in the explosion radius. However, if you want to roll the damage individually, you can do that now. Right mouse click on the damage roll, and it will bring up this dialog. Enter in the number of rolls you need, click this button. The damage chat message has individual damages that you can drag and drop onto each character. Then you can set the explosion distance and apply the injury. Note, you can do this anywhere you see damage, either on a character sheet or a journal entry. Right mouse click, it'll bring up this dialog. We now support multiple modifiers in a single button click. One of our users mentioned that they were constantly hitting multiple buttons to add all their modifiers together. And while they could have done the sum themselves, they liked seeing the individual modifiers in the chat log. But now you can create modifiers and separate them with the ampersand symbol, and they will both apply. In this case, Honest Abe usually comes up behind people and tries to smack them in the back of the head. So we'll add this modifier, and then he'll swing for their head. And as you can see in the chat log, both modifiers appear. We've added a Mook Generator default editor. If you plan to create a lot of NPCs and you don't like my preset starting values, you can enter whatever you want. The latest version of the GCA export script now supports parent-child relationships in advantages, skills, spells, whatever. And if you put an HTTP link in as the page reference for some equipment, as one of our enterprising users did, it will now show as a star link. And if you click on it, it will actually open the page for you. For those of you who use ranged weapons with rates of fire, you'll notice that the chat message displays how many possible hits. The downside is you have to drag and drop the damage 3 times. Now if you drag and drop the damage, and you hold down the shift key when you hit apply, the window does not go away, so you can apply it multiple times. This last feature only shows up for GMs. The last actor, as we call it, or the current actor, is displayed above the modifier bucket. And this is important because when you send on-the-fly damage, it comes from the last actor. So if you don't want the character Honest Abe to send the damage, instead you want the fire elemental, if you select the fire elemental, you'll see that it becomes the last actor. So now if I do the damage, it's coming from the fire elemental. If you select on a token, they become the last actor, or if you select on an entry in the combat tracker, that person becomes the last actor. And of course, we've included a lot of bug fixes. I won't go over all of them now, but if you've had any NPCs that can't dodge or parry or block, the first one should fix that. And as part of the damage parser rewrite, we got an added benefit. Don't tell anybody, but we can now support dice rolls of any size. For example, D8s or D2s. And that's it for .14 and .15. We hope you enjoy the features. And as always, thank you for watching.